All right, good afternoon, Antrim County. This is Antrim County's Veteran Voice Podcast with your host, Matt Weller, Brandon Corbin, and Carrie Perez. We're all county veteran service officers out here, and we're here to basically just kind of give you the lowdown on what's going on in our community and what's going on with the VA.
So what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Living a dream.
All right, today.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, a little slow this afternoon, but that's good because it gives us a chance to get on here and talk about a couple things. We were talking about the sinusitis and sinus problems of, us in the office and stuff, and that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, it seems like all three of us are rated for sinusitis and starting to see a lot of that in our younger guys and even some of our Desert Storm guys too. They seem complaining about them all the time. So
yeah,
it's kind of crazy. And then with the PACT Act and the confusion in between, like we were talking about that earlier, with the Vietnam veteran era veterans and stuff, and
having sinus issues.
Differences between that and the PACT Act burn pit specifically.
Right, because the sinusitis rhinitis is a PACT Act presumptive for Gulf War and Southwest Asia service, but it is not presumptive for Vietnam service. So they sometimes get confused because sometimes people do have sinus issues with that did serve in Vietnam, but you generally won't see that rated even, I don't think, or as service connected for them. I don't think we ever have.
No.
I'd be surprised.
No.
Maybe the next thing VA comes down and, starts working on it, but can't tell that until it happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that going on too. What they were talking about, VA changes and stuff, tinnitus. I just read today something about them. They're really looking at that, getting rid of that rating.
Well, it's becoming incorporated with the hearing loss and stuff, so it's no longer going to be just a standalone special monthly. It'll be right. So, but those who have that rating already will maintain that they're grandfathered in from that on. But that change was proposed back in 2022, and it's just now coming through. The same thing with like the sleep apnea and mental health conditions. All that's set to change here pretty soon.
Yeah, I saw that there was a new change for sleep apnea would be if they have the CPAP machine and it helps the condition of your sleep apnea or whatever. I don't know if I read that right, but it's something about how if the CPAP actually helps out, then it's not compensable.
You have to be trying to use it,
right?
Not just not use it because they do track that. Don't they have like a wireless somehow? I don't know what it is, a microchip or something in there that.
It works off cell service.
Okay.
And so that way, if you go anywhere, vacation or whatnot, that data gets tracked back to your respiratory therapist or whatnot. But if you have a CPAP or any kind of device that is working for you, I'd have to look at the rating scale for that, but I know it's not going to be an automatic 50% like it is now.
Right, yeah.
As long as you have a CPAP device. So
it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Something to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting. Because you do want it to help, of course.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love my CPAP machine, but it'll blow your face off if you don't get it working right and everything else.
I have a hard time with like the mask being put on, and it's not necessarily about the airflow, but just something being around my face and stuff like that. Like,
it's annoying.
It's rough for me.
That would bother me. Luckily, I don't need one. Hope I don't ever.
It'd be funny seeing you come in with those face marks.
I would have marks.
You're sleeping all night.
Right.
It would probably make marks on my face. Yep. Probably have some kind of rash or something.
I wake up.
My skin's so sensitive.
Look like I slept on my face all night. It's
Yeah,
like,
you ever slept on your hand? Like,
yeah.
I
Exactly.
can't sleep unless I'm on my side. Like if I'm on my back or front, it doesn't work out whatsoever.
Tell you there. Yep.
Yeah. So we're seeing a lot more of that, coming out in the news, and it's definitely time to start taking a look at, how that's going to affect veterans moving forward, especially with the ratings and stuff like that. And I mean, if you have any of these conditions, I mean, we need to think about getting you in here, because even if you get the claim, well, I don't want to say that right now, but
probably have to submit it before they. I don't even know, or would they have to read it first? Who knows?
it's out there in CFR, and we just gotta look at it now for under the proposed. It's on my computer. It's a lot to read through.
Yeah, there's a lot of details that we have to pay attention to.
Yeah, and with that being said, too, kind of cappies off the thing we were talking about in our very first episode was about doing your own claims and the VA being so ever changing with its laws and guidelines of diagnosis and everything else. If you're even thinking about doing your own claim, or just doing it online or whatever, maybe call us first, talk to us to see about what you're doing. We're not discouraging that. If you want to do your own claim, absolutely go ahead and do that. But if there's a way we can help you and make it better for you, come talk to us for sure.
And not even necessarily us, but a veteran service officer, in your community, because I know this is going to get broadcast.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot of really good offices, just local,
And you do not have to pay us to do it, so pay attention to those too. We've seen some of that.
Did you see all the scams and stuff that are going on?
Scammers that are they use key phrases and words like veterans or anything to get you to think that they're a trustworthy source, but you can check with us. But you should never have to pay. Now, if you use a lawyer, that's different. However, just pay attention to what you're doing or who they are.
Like one of our regular vets that come in the office, Tart Coffee Talks and stuff like that, just got nailed with the veteran life insurance scam, where he ended up giving up, a bunch of his, personal information, his bank account information, and having to work through that and get it changed and stuff like that.
No.
And you know how, VA is with changing your direct deposit, and the timelines that you can or get it delayed or whatnot,
Yeah, shiesty. I can't believe people are doing that, but
right.
Yeah.
And if you ever do assign your power of attorney, to file claims for you like you do with us, it's called a VA Form 21-22. If you ever do that with someone and you're not sure about it, or you're like, wait a minute, I don't think I should have done that. Even with us, you can call the VA, their regular number. What is it?
1-800-827-1000.
Yeah.
Yep. You can call them and tell them you want to revoke that on the phone, so that they will not have access to your stuff and they will not be allowed to file anything for you, or who knows what. You just want to make sure you know who's doing your claim for you.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that people are aware of those scams that are going on. I know Brandon had talked to, was it Up North Live? Come out last year, and they were talking about scams of the PACT Act. People actually getting phone calls saying, hey, we can file your PACT Act claim, we can do all this, and in reality they're really not accredited and didn't have the ability to actually turn in a claim, basically.
Right, there was last year, there was some gentleman, of course I don't know his name or anything like that offhand, but he was going around saying he could file claims for vets and then charging them.
Oh yeah,
for his service and stuff like that. And
I remember that. Yeah, he was going up and down the coast in Michigan, and he had like packages. So if you So you paid a nominal price, like let's say it was like $125. He would walk you through the process of how to start filing. He wouldn't file for you.
Funny because you're the one that's filing at that point in time.
Yeah, you're the one filing your own claim basically, but he's gonna help you do it. For another higher tier price, he'll actually, webcam like walk you through the whole claim itself, and it's something you could just look up online and do yourself for free. It's kind of crazy somebody would want to do that, but
yeah, just watch who you're, dealing with that, I suppose. Especially if they're charging you money,
Or taking your personal information, bank account number.
Yeah.
Or your social security number.
Yeah, we guard that like it's gold in this office. HIPAA's a big thing with us, especially your personal information.
What's cool though is we got a couple of events coming up.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Depends on if this podcast goes out. It might go out a little bit later, but 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock tomorrow in Ellsworth. We're going to be in Ellsworth Community Park doing a lunch and learn. We'll have hot dogs and hamburgers and cornhole and music, and should be a fun time.
Yeah, we'll be there to answer any questions or, hopefully spread some more, VA benefit news or VA healthcare news and the new expansion and everything like that.
Yeah.
But even if this isn't necessarily going to be out there by that time, we still have September, the Vet Day shoot.
Yep. It was September 14th. Yep, 14th to another 10 to 4.
That's going to be out there in Alba.
Yeah, Alba Sportsman's Club. We're going to be doing a veteran shoot day. That should be real fun. We got the Fallen Outdoors, like we said in our last podcast. They'll be coming out. Matt, he's Marine, really has a passion for his veterans, and he's worked well with our office, connecting with other veterans, getting them out there in the woods. So that should be pretty fun. And got the whole board should be out there. So our community will be able to see some of our committee leaders and ask questions. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah, we get some new spazzy little shirts to be wearing and stuff. I think they're excited about that.
Yeah, if you see any of our committee guys out there, they're all wearing new black shirts, so it should be easy to actually see who they are and what they're doing. So.
Any word from like Antrim Snowmobile Club or 22 and None if they were going to participate with us on this?
No, I tried to reach out, couldn't find anybody. I know a lot of events are going on too.
Yeah, I know 22 to None are pretty busy.
Yeah, they're pretty packed most of the time. So.
Yeah, but Antrim Snowmobile Club, I mean, they're right there too. And then they got a Veteran Day ride. When is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when they're actually doing that. I think that's in.
What day is November 11th this year?
That's a good question. We got a lot of things going on there too, because they got a big Quilt of Valor on.
That's a Monday.
That is a Monday.
A lot of things are going to be going on that day, I tell you that.
Yeah, it's always a nice. It's always a good time of year. It's right before Thanksgiving, and we're thankful for a lot of things. And then we think about our veterans, and they'll be giving out those quilts.
Yeah, they got a Quilts of Valor on November 11th. They're doing a presentation, and I think a couple of our veterans are going to be there, so that'll be a fun little event.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be awesome. That's here at the COA, right?
Mission on Aging.
Yeah, the thing is, though, trying to figure out times on that one. They haven't figured that one out yet, so. Yeah, this guy. Brandon in his rubber bands, I swear.
He's like a school child.
Yeah, we're going to grow up with it. Especially as many kids.
I was going to say.
Oh, yep, you're stuck.
But, yeah, so I know they have a ride, but I don't know when it is.
I wonder if it's the Saturday before, maybe? Or...
That's a good question.
I know.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
I will say, though, like, all in all, they've come through to help out a lot of our community vets,
Club?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the heck, that veteran, we had a fire last year. They were able to kind of assist him and stuff like that. And there was a bunch of other things that they've been out there cleaning up throughout the community, which is really great. You don't see that very often anymore. People willing to kind of take the day off and go help somebody else out. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
There's that blank space that we're always scared about.
I do see that the Snowmobile Club will have an ORV ride and camp out on August 23rd and 24th.
Oh, camp out.
And then their third annual Veterans Ride is October 5th, it says.
October 5th, that's right, yeah.
And this is on their Facebook page, so Antrim County Snowmobile Club. So if you look on there, you should be able to find all their, you have a little flyer there we can probably share on ours.
Yeah.
On Facebook and see if somebody's going to reply then, you know, because even at that, we can be a part of them, you know, for their support them with that, you know.
Right.
Yeah, if you're big into side-by-sides, that is the ride of the year, pretty much. A lot of people from the community come out. Even Kalkaska Sand and Snow people come out for that one. So
Sand and Snow.
Yeah, they got their own. You got the Antrim County Snowmobile Club, and then you have the Kalkaska Sand and Snow. Basically, they're the ones that really keep track of the Kalkaska ORV route. That goes out. Everybody that's part of that, they usually volunteer to help grading and everything else. So.
Now, Lakes of the North also has something coming up, don't they?
Yeah, we got a Salute to Services on September 1st, Sunday. We'll have a booth out there. That's a really big event. The Lakes of the North always puts out. They got helicopters that come in and RC planes and stuff that kids come out and play with the adults and food. And they usually have Kenny. Gosh, I wish I could remember. No, Kenny. He's a local musician. Yeah, and I can't remember his last name, but he's been around for a long time. I believe he's going to be out there. I'm not 100% sure, so don't take my word on that one. But yeah, it's a really fun event too. I love seeing. Matter of fact, last year I got 4 veterans that had never been in our office before. We got them service connected because of Salute to Services. So
that's the nice thing about getting out in the community is doing these events and stuff like that. Getting that exposure, getting that word out there to everybody. It may not have a direct effect on the veteran himself or herself, but if there's people that are around them and they're learning this stuff, or getting exposed to it, they're going to pass it along too.
Oh, absolutely. Word of mouth is huge, especially in this rural community we have. I mean, I love Antrim County. I love the woods, but we are out compared to a lot of other cities and towns and stuff like that we're out in the middle of nowhere sometimes, and trying to get out there to get our veterans the information is hard sometimes.
Getting them together.
It is a challenge though, and it is such a wide demographic, when I first came here, like how to spread the word and stuff. And you want to bring everything to the modern day, social media, and the internet, web pages and stuff like that. But Antrim County is definitely unique in its steadfast demand in print. That's again why we're doing it. We're getting the word out on so many different platforms.
That's true. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
So with that Salute to Service there in Lakes of the North, like what all? I know you mentioned about the RCs and stuff like that, but are they gonna have a bunch of different vendors? I mean, you were there last year.
Yeah, they had quite a few vendors out there. I know MVA was out there. Who else was? A couple local vendors and sponsors usually. You'll see that out there. They get a lot of sponsors from local businesses here. I believe they have a car show too, which is cool. It's on and off road car show, so they have guys. Man, I love my side by sides, but some of these guys they get crazy. It's $50,000-$60,000 Can-Ams and stuff out there.
That's ridiculous how much they cost in the first place, and then you go and get them jacked up with the tires and all the additions that you can put on those things. I mean, holy mackerel!
And if something breaks, it's a couple $1,000 easy.
Yeah,
you got to pay to play when you have those things, but man, they're a blast. And some of those old cars they got too. Oh man. Some ones you don't see that until was it Sagnina's car show? Usually you see some of those older cars, but
Right.
I think Lakes of the North is probably one of the only other car shows that I've seen locally that has some of those older cars. So
your dad's in the car shows and stuff like that. I think he's got a couple cars that he drives around.
There's one specifically, his old Ford Victoria. I'll get the year wrong on it probably, but yeah, he's got a.
You're not even gonna say that.
I think it's a 1956. I think.
She was worried about her dad.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me for knowing the right year. No.
I was just shocked that
he's gonna listen to.
Probably have his very first car was a Model T, wasn't it? Ron is gonna hurt me.
He will be listening.
I know it. I hope he is.
He's gonna come and say something.
They get a knock on my door. Oh God.
Well, he'll be pretty covert about it all.
Oh yeah.
But it's pretty cool because even here with the airport, they have old War II. I don't know which. Except for
I didn't know that.
Rubber Ducky Festival. I think they were in the parade.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know who owns that. That's a good question. Well, speaking of that, Rubber Duck Festival is tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
it is.
Starting today, yeah. They got booths up out downtown, and I know I was right behind our county building here. The whole road is blocked off. That new restaurant or that new bar.
The lounge, I think it is.
Lounge.
Yeah,
they have where they shut the whole street down for this event. So looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we're gonna leave you guys off with this. Hopefully, we see some people tomorrow for our event, but just keep an ear out for some new episodes. We're gonna try to do every Friday. We're gonna try to get in here and get some podcasts done so that you guys are more up to date with, like I said, new stuff that the VA is going on with the PACT Act and the expansion that happened in March. But just keep an eye out for our Facebook too. Anything that we're doing out in the community, you'll be able to find it right there. So we'll leave you with that, and thanks guys for
good weekend.
It's been a fun time this week, and hopefully you have a good weekend.
It's been a busy week, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, busy's better than sitting around. So, well, we appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for the next episode.